Hello everybody. We are live. I am just updating the description box for you guys. All right, hello. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is staying sane out there. I feel like it is really crazy. And with that full moon in Pisces, oof, girl, shit was crazy. All right, you guys, so welcome. If you guys wanted to book, you can. If you wanted a personal reading or you're looking to get an answer to a question, I have 7 spots available. So all the information to book is in the description box below. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know as well. I'd be happy to answer them. I wanted to start off with a little mindful message. I did this on my Instagram. I'm not sure how many of you are also on my Instagram, but I do little pick a card posts. And I featured this one today because I felt like it was a good day to be mindful or to be reminded of some mindfulness. But I wanted to pull it again because it's such a magical deck and there's just so many great things that it says. So to start, we have all is okay. I love that. All that I feel is okay. I hold myself in love through the unsureness, the worry, doubt, anger, fear, anxiety, rejection, or overwhelm. I am thankful to feel the full range of emotions that I do. These emotions are the very contrast that leads to my higher expansion. Oh, it's such a beautiful message to start with. Hello, Shanice. Hello, the Earth Angel. I'm so glad you got to finally join. We have recharge. I invite magic into my life always. Every day I grow my connection to this earth. If I am ever feeling low, I simply step outside and appreciate the natural miracles in this life. Being in nature lifts my spirits and recharges my energy. Beautiful. I love that. I feel like I've been doing a walking in nature thing every day. That's kind of been the vibe, and it's less about the walking and more about just being in, getting some fresh air. We have I am enough. I am beautiful just as I am. I'm loved just as I am. I'm worthy just by being me. I don't need to fit in. I just need to be myself, and the right people will come into my life, those who see and appreciate me for all that I am. Gorgeous. Another beautiful card. Oh my gosh, well, perfect, Shanice. It's like absolutely perfect. And KAIYA, I got you. You are all booked in. You are number 4. Hello, Douglas. How are ya? These are really great cards coming out, may I just say, because you know, I don't know how you guys are feeling right now, but I was feeling a little anxious. Just a tad bit, I feel like, fueled by that Aries energy. We have up and out. To heal the parts of me that feel hurt, I must feel every emotion. It has to come up to come out. I don't try to push my feelings away. I sit with them and feel them as I release them. Better out than in, which is like a Shrek saying. Anyone ever seen Shrek? I used to love those movies. I actually literally even had a Shrek themed birthday party, which is so ridiculous, but I was like, I must have been 9 or something, and it came out on my birthday, like Shrek 2, and I was so pumped, and like, I just had to have a Shrek themed birthday party. Which like says a lot about me as a kid, like not a Disney princess themed party, but a Shrek themed party. Okay, let's pull one more. These are really beautiful and they all seem to like go with the theme of understanding that everything is okay, especially you. You're okay, you're beautiful, you're enough, you're worthy. And if you feel like uneasy or feel some type of way, you know, reminding yourself what this beautiful affirmation is important. And then I also think like recharging in nature is going to help you feel a little better, getting some fresh air, taking some deep breaths. And then I'm seeing here like maybe even setting some goals or some intentions, at least like writing them down on a calendar. So today is a fresh start. No matter how my day was yesterday, I can make of today whatever I want. My intention for the day is blank. Write your intention and tape this card behind your door so you may remember as you leave your house. Oh, that's cool. So starting tomorrow morning off with writing down your intention and just starting fresh. You know, whatever happened today, happened today. I didn't think it was like a bad day at all, but just, I think sometimes we think we're gonna be like a little more productive than we are. And like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really hard on myself when I don't like execute the day and like check off like everything on my list, which is a really ridiculous way of going about life, would not recommend, but you know, it's always a great affirmation to tell yourself everything is fine. And that this up and out card is really cool to me because I've been reading this new book and it's written by a psychologist and it's just basically talking about emotion and the difference between emotion and feeling. And emotion is like this natural thing that kind of occurs, and feeling is in a response to a thought that you may have or thoughts you may have in response to that emotion. So one you can control and one you can't control. And what you can't control is emotions. And she just talks about how it's best to feel them, like it's best to just ride with it and to like understand it and to not question it and not beat yourself up about it. So if you have been like in your feels or if you've been feeling some type of way, understand that it's totally fine, totally human. The only thing that you can really do about it is not to make it worse on yourself with your feels and overthinking and overanalyzing, and maybe even clarify to yourself why you feel that way and why you're thinking that way. All right, you guys, so that is the little tiny collective reading for today. I want to get into the readings to start. So we have Alyssa to start. Trina, hello, hi, welcome. You are number 5. I got you as well. So I'm going to update the description box as people kind of book, so you guys know what order you're in, but I'm going to get into the readings. I've been listening to Casey Musgrave's new album. It's kind of cute. You know, the reason I'm listening to it is because of her really cool like music video, like, what is it called when they do like a longer 3-part type thing? Anyway, she's doing like a longer music video, and I'm just kind of listening to it because it was like got all this hype, and you know, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. That's all I gotta say about that. It's not like, you know, I'm like, what do I say? It's not the shizness, you know, it's just kind of, it's cute. And that's how I felt about her past album, that it was like very cutesy. I do think her voice is very soothing, so that's like why I have it on. Okay, anyway, I'm not a music critic. Let's get into this. Alyssa, we are gonna start with you, my gorgeous. You got an 18 plus a while ago. You booked when I wasn't going live or hadn't announced it, but I saved your spot. You are number 1. So you got an 18 plus, and wow, this Emperor, he wanted to pop out twice already. I'm not even ready. You had a sexy encounter, but it fizzled out. What and who is next? Okay, so I'm guessing it was with this Emperor type because he kept wanting to come out in a reversal, but let's like talk about who's next. Oh, Shanice, you should definitely listen to the new album. I like it a lot because there's a couple songs I like off her old album, but this one has a much more artistic direction than her past one did. We have 3 of Wands, the Star. What is next? Ace of Wands, Knave of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands in reverse, the Lavaz, and Judgment. And then Chariot wants to kind of pop out here. Okay, so what is next? You had a very sexy encounter, but it fizzled out. What and who is next? I mean, definitely another sexy encounter seems to be next. Like, fall is going to be pretty cozy for you for sure. 3 of Wands is all about like the world is your oyster, and when it comes to like a love reading, to me the way that I always read it is like, you know, there could be any kind of sexual encounter popping up. Like, we're talking like you meet someone at a bar, we're talking you meet someone at a club, we're talking you meet someone like on social media or like a dating app, and you just decide that you just randomly want to meet up like right then and there. So we're talking like a very unexpected hello hi like opportunity, and a sexy one at that, because I do think there's going to be a lot of sexual chemistry here. And I do think that you might sleep with this person casually very quickly, or it just might start off as like a very sexual fling, which doesn't mean it doesn't have the opportunity to get deeper, because many times has that happened, but it's going to start off pretty hot and heavy. We have the Star here. I do think that we can interpret that in more than one way. The first is that this person is going to get you real wet. They're going to want to see all of them juices flowing. But the Star also represents, you know, this person and your connection is going to be unique. It's not going to be tiresome, 10 of Wands in reverse, clarifying, and dragged out and maybe exhausted like some of the other connections you've had to be in or deal with. There's something exciting about this person's energy. There's something new, there's something fresh, there's something really awesome. There's this spark in your guys' chemistry and compatibility. And on top of it, it's unique. This person is unique. You're unique. I think you guys are like 2 little aliens that are going to finally meet together on Earth. And it's this really cool thing that I think is going to form a really nice like friendship situation, not situationship necessarily, because that makes it sound like there's drama. I don't see that, you know, up front, but I do see it just being like friends with benefits type of thing. We have the Ace of Wands here, and you know, make sure you wear protection. I'm gonna say up front, because the 18 plus Ace of Wands is all about them wanting to plant their seed in you and get you prego, so definitely be careful with that one. But with the Ace of Wands here, also talks about like really magnetic, magnanimous sex. It's something where this person wants to go all night, all day. It's also like kind of jumping the gun. So that's why I'm like, it's gonna start pretty hot and heavy. It's not like this person is gonna really, it's not like you guys are gonna like date a bunch and court each other before you hop into bed. Like, this is gonna start off this way in a really good way. This is a positive thing. This is not I think we like love to put things in categories as a society, or like define things like, oh my god, friends with benefits, like it's so bad. It's like, if it doesn't lead to love and it's not your soulmate immediately, it sucks. And like, I really don't think that way at all, especially with this energy. I do think, however, like if we do get into it, I do think this person is gonna have feelings for you. They're gonna catch feelings pretty quick because you're so alien, unique, one of a kind, really fucking awesome star card type energy. And I know you are, because I know you personally. And so they're gonna be like, whoa, who is this girl? What the heck? And they're gonna be really into you, and they're not gonna realize that until after the fact, until after maybe even you guys like kind of get bonded like energetically, because that's like what sex is. It's like a sexual energetic exchange. But with the Knave of Cups here, I definitely think that there is this energy of, you know, them maybe not knowing like how to like express their emotions towards you. Like they're definitely going to want to lead with friendship with this, with the Three of Pentacles. They're definitely going to be like, okay, how do I keep my cool? 3 and 3, clarifying. I'm gonna just like take it easy, we're gonna be friends, and we're gonna just try and do this casual. And I feel like with the Lovers here, there will be a choice or an opportunity that does end up coming up. We have that clarifying, the Ace of Wands. It's gonna be very hard for this person not to want to be with you, and you know, Judgment Day will come, and we will talk about that when it does. But it does seem like with the Chariot at that bottom of the deck that there is going to be this forward progression. So it's going to start off very sexual, and then it's going to kind of move into something that has a lot of potential and a lot of promise to be like an actual relationship, because this person is going to catch feelings for you, and they're not going to want to let you go, and they're definitely not going to like at a certain point want to keep things casual, because they're not going to want you to go towards someone else in a casual way. And so it's going to be a very interesting decision that will have to be made at some point with Judgment, dun dun dun, and then the Chariot, so moving something very quickly. But nonetheless, I do think there's going to be a lot of kissing, a lot of making out. I think this person and you are going to be like physically all up on each other. I think this person's going to be very sexually attracted to you. They're going to really love your hair, your booty, your body. But we have like the first kind of illustration here of this little red string, like they both have it. And then it's really dramatic here with Judgment. And they're like binded. They're like being kind of sewn together by this little boy, cherub, angel, whatever you want to call it. Cupid is striking him in this photo. So I definitely think that this person is going to catch feels, and they're going to get in their feels. And I think we'll take it from there. Like we'll see where it goes. So let me pull some oracle for you. We have retreat. You might meet this person on vacation, or you decided to go retreat somewhere. It could even just be like you decided to finally take a break from not exploring your options and being super single. We have let your friends help you. Maybe they want to go out with you. Maybe that's when you're going to meet someone. And we have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. We have community. Okay, so definitely go out, spend some time with friends. I mean, it could be a magical thing that ends up leading like one thing to another. Maybe you have mutual friends, or maybe you're gonna meet them and your friends are gonna meet some of their friends, and it's gonna just be this kind of thing where you guys all vibe. But it definitely seems to involve some sort of social setting, and it could be that we're entering this Libra season, so it's time to like be social and all that great stuff. But this seems to be happening very soon, and I'm really excited for you. So definitely let me know more when it happens, but I love you, and I really hope that resonated. And thank you so much for joining the live. All right, so I'm gonna move on to the next person. And hello to everyone who is joining or who just joined. Hello, hello. If you guys want to book, you can. I have 5 spots left. So if you're interested in a personal reading, all that information is in the description box below. All right, so we're gonna move on to Elizabeth. Let me pull up her question. Okay, so Elizabeth wants to know what is next in life for her. We have the World to start, which is a gorgeous start and a gorgeous card to get for a question like that. We have the Ace of Wands. Also, don't mind my broken nail, you guys. If you missed my recent video, I just posted it tonight, and then you skipped ahead because I did like a pre-shuffle chit chat type thing. I ranted about how I'm quitting nails, but like not really, but like really, but not really. Like I'm quitting like nail salon nails because I just cannot. Okay, back to you, Elizabeth. We have what's next in life. We have the Fool, we have the Lovers. Wow, we have so much major arcana, so very significant things popping up here. Wow, 9 of Cups. And we have the Sun, which was lurking. And I was wondering when she was gonna come out, and she decided to come out as the grand finale. I love that. Okay. Why do I feel like my phone is crooked? All right, so what is next in life for you? Beautiful question. To start, we have the World. I definitely feel like, you know, the World is that card. We end with the World. It's so interesting because we have the Fool clarifying the World. We start with the Fool on the major arcana scale, ruling Aries, and then we end with the World ruling Pisces, and it's the 21st major arcana. There are only 21 of them. And this is about like this novice beginning a cycle. This is about completing it, culminating. The World is like one of those cards where you finally have time to breathe, like a weight has been lifted off your chest. The World card is a moment that doesn't always happen too often in life. It is something that is earned, it is something that is achieved, it is something that usually takes a lot out of you to get to. And we're talking a graduation of a college and you worked your ass off your whole life in school. We're talking having a baby. We're talking getting married. We're talking like big life culmination events. And it doesn't even have to be those cliche examples. It could be like, you know, you have been endlessly working on self-love and trying to break negative habits and cycles in your life, and you have finally gone to a point where you believe yourself and it's not just a rehearsal, like you actually truly feel good. So this card to pop up first to me says what's next in life for you is this sense of accomplishment, this feeling of accomplishment. Now I know personally you mentioned you just had a birthday, so happy birthday, Miss Virgo. We got you in Virgo season, we're now in Libra season. But that could have been a landmark for you in some sense, like turning whatever age you turned. This could have been a very important birthday for you. This could have been a culmination of all your hard work and all the things that you have done in the passing years. So what's next in life for you is that you can now take a breath. I feel like the weight is going to be lifted off your shoulders. There is something to celebrate here. You are going to be, you know, because we're cyclic beings, you know, we don't just like end a cycle and chill, like we end cycles and we begin new ones, which is why we have that Fool clarifying, because now you're in a completely new shift in a new phase in your life, and you will be starting a new cycle. This one is going to be full of passion and magnetism and wonderment. So I don't know with the Ace of Wands, if you are traveling, if you're starting a hobby, if you are starting a new creative endeavor or business. The Ace of Wands could just be that you're going to be filled with inspiration, that you just feel inspired. But it represents just that curiosity, or that nature of curiosity, and wanting to really dive deep into something that is more creative and around the structure of passion. We have the Six of Wands after that, which also represents that whatever you set your mind to at this point in time, you will be successful with. This is something that is going to ultimately benefit you, and this is going to be something that ultimately you end up like, because you're giving out this beautiful energy to the universe, you're going to receive that back, With the Chariot here, I feel like the momentum of this cycle is going to lead you towards an actual decision that needs to be made. Like, you might go into something very casual, like starting a project or starting some sort of, let's like put a thing on it. Let's say you want to start like playing an instrument. And you might discover that you're really good at it with the Six of Wands and that you actually want to do something with it. Like maybe you want to create like a YouTube and like sing and play that instrument on YouTube. And so you're going to want to move forward with that, with the Chariot. And that's where that leap of faith will come in with the Fool. Now, I'm not saying it's like specifically this example, but I'm saying that there is something here that is like what's next for you in life is some opportunity that you're going to be really in love with and really passionate about, that you're going to be really good at, and it's going to make you feel very driven. And that drive is going to then lead you towards this new phase where you have to make a decision on taking this leap of faith. Like, am I going to put myself on YouTube? Am I going to put myself out there? Am I going to do this? And the answer is hell fucking yeah. I mean, obviously the choice is yours with the Lovers here, but whatever you choose to do, it seems like at this point in time, you can do no wrong. You have the Nine of Cups. I mean, you're going to be self-satisfied and content. I think anything that you end up doing for yourself that makes you feel good is good energy that you're putting out in the universe and just putting out towards your own physical body. You're going to receive that back. We have the Sun here to end with. It just seems like you're going to be in a really good phase in your life. So this could represent travel, this could represent blogging, you know, it could be anything that kind of like comes to mind. And I would take the thing that comes to mind, you know, what is resonating with you, what is popping up in your mind is sort of like an angelic download as well. But we have the Sun here and we have that clarifying the Chariot. So, I mean, I just think the Sun is one of the most beautiful and positive cards. It really, to me, just represents happiness and contentment and understanding that you are successful and you've done the best you can, and now you get to live in that. Now you get to breathe in that and you get to be happy and relaxed. So that's really beautiful. Let me pull some oracle for you. We have time for a nap. Now that you have done all of this stuff, it is time for a nap. Now that you have achieved the World card, it's time for a nap. No, but seriously, like, take a breather. Like, you must have accomplished something really big and really great, because before you start this new thing, which it does seem like once you get your mind set on something, you have to go all the way with it, and you will, take like a tiny little step in between and just chill for a sec, because you absolutely deserve it. We have Milk and Honey. So this is all about abundance and blessings coming your way. Milk and Honey is very reciprocal to like the Ten of Cups card. Like, that's how I would compare it in tarot. So we have 51, Milk and Honey. Okay, so you've entered a sweet time in your life enjoying the land of Milk and Honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious, when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when they're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting, yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. Gorgeous. And then we got this Yang card, which I believe is masculine energy. Yang talks about action, and that's why I'm like, take a time for a nap or something, girl, because it seems like you know, Miss Virgo here, you're gonna move right into an action and start something new. So I think it's really important that you know, you take time to rest, because Yang is all about, yes, here we are, the masculine principle of movement. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, where you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There's no reason to hesitate. There's that Fool. You are the shaper of your destiny now. That's so gorgeous. So yes, you know, everything is going to take shape just as you could ever imagine it. And this is a really beautiful time for you to soak up that kind of energy. So gorgeous. Elizabeth, I love you. Thank you so much for joining the live. I appreciate you. I really hope that resonated. I am going to move on to the next person, which is the lovely Shanice. Shanice, let me know what your question is. And if you guys wanted to book, you can. I have 5 spots left. All the information is in the description box below. Okay, so Shanice, what does cupping season have in store for you? And hello, Just Tiffany, welcome. Hello, Maya and Ashley. Okay, what does cupping season have in store for you? Okay, I mean, it came out, but I wasn't sure, so I put it back in. But as per usual, it came out again. We have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 6 of Pentacles. Hi Nicole, all the information to book is in the description box below. Read it and let me know if you have any questions. What does cupping season have in store for Shanice? 5 of Wands. Temperance. The Magician. In reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse. Tower in reverse. And Judgments. Hi Yasmin, you can. All the information is in the description box below. I have 5 spots left, you guys, so that is for tonight. So 5 more spots available if you want to book. Okay, so Shanice, we did an 18 plus and we were talking about what does cuffing season have in store for you. Honestly, I'm going to tell you something you don't want to hear because I know you personally. Honestly, I feel like spirit is coming through heavy here, and maybe even with stuff you already know, but cuffing season seems to have a sense of self-nourishment involved in that. The most love, the biggest cuff that you're gonna get or receive, it should be towards yourself. There is like these different avenues in which trying to make things work with other people or exploring things with other people might not lead to the result that you want. And there's this definite energy of like trying to give yourself more love, or there's this huge need to give yourself more nourishment and love. Because With the Three of Pentacles in reverse, something is not working. Now, I don't know if this is with a particular person. I don't know if this is with our guy that we've been talking about in your manifestation process. I don't know what it is, but it seems to be a blockage in that. It could even be like COVID, or, you know, it seems like a blockage in that there's not an ability to really meet people or navigate this. And then it seems to be almost divinely forced with that Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles being like, we're gonna need you to focus on yourself. We're gonna need you to like give yourself that love, because if you don't, it could ultimately lead to like an imbalance. An imbalance in what you're trying to create energetically in your manifestations, and imbalance in your confidence, which then kind of bleeds into your manifestations, and then imbalance in your awakening. There is something here where you are supposed to awaken to something, and you're supposed to get rid of some sort of, I don't know why I was going to say dead weight, that doesn't even make sense, but some sort of, like the Tower in reverse is not a negative card. It's actually more about having an epiphany or a realization. And then we have Judgment here. And Judgment clarifying Temperance, no less. So this one's interesting, because to me, it's saying that like before you get mad, there is life after death, which is what Judgment is about. And there will be balance and harmony restored in your love life, because if it's been like, where are these people and what's going on, what is really manifesting, I feel you, and I feel like even Spirit feels you, because Spirit really hears you. But there is this need to not focus on like what is in store for you during cuffing season, but to focus on what can you do during the season to nourish yourself, harvest your own abundance, your own crops, give yourself that love. Because if you don't, the things that you have been carefully cultivating and trying to mix into your life might be stagnated or blocked, or they might not get the full amount of momentum and power that they could have. And I'm talking manifestations. If there is a lack, if there is a lack of confidence, if there is a lack of believing that this is going to happen. And I think this is like a necessary time, almost necessary evil, for you to be just focused in on yourself. That this Libra season coming through is not really for you necessarily about going out and going to the bar, but for you it's more about being creative and harnessing that energy to like give yourself that love, give yourself that self-care. So this is interesting. Let me pull some oracle. We have playfulness. And Spirit's saying, you know, you can be playful like with others on the internet. You can be playful in general and be flirty. You know, there's nothing wrong with flirting, but just don't have expectations that anything will go anywhere. Like, try to live without any expectation. The only expectation that you should have right now is of yourself and how you're gonna make yourself feel good, how you're gonna express your love to yourself. And it's like a tricky endeavor, because they're like, but wait, you know, stay optimistic about your love life, but you know, nothing's happening right now. So it's this very interesting little tightrope that Spirit wants you to walk on. But for some reason, and because we have such big cards here, like the Tower in reverse, we have Magician in reverse, Judgment, for some reason, ultimately, it is gonna lead to something very, you know, magical and fantastic. And there is a bigger picture here, and there is an order to the situation that you might not be able to see right now. We have By the Book, very interesting, because it's like, it's almost like Spirit's asking you to go by the book of a spiritual and manifestation process, like almost like a purge, like be in that high priestess mode almost being very similar to like not a nun, but you know, like a very sentient being, like almost like practicing celibacy. Not saying practice celibacy, but just like, it seems like your focus right now should be you, yourself, and you. That's it. That's the only thing. And in whatever way that you can do that and express that towards yourself. So they really want you to kind of go by the book as far as like taking the right measurable steps to accomplish this bigger picture thing that we've been talking about. So they're like, no, 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 Shanice, there is no cupping season right now. Which is, honestly, it's really cool, because before I like manifested my person, I remember I was actually having that like memory today. I remember that Christmas or holiday season, I was like walking around, I was like visiting my family, and everyone is like, you know, old and like them, you know, whatever, it's your family, and I just have no friends in that part of town, and I was bored, and I was just walking around, and I'm like, huh, this is really, this is life. I mean, I don't even have no person, no friend, like what the fuck? And I was really like, you know, lonely, and I was waiting for my person to show up. So, and they did that January. So it was really interesting. So, you know, follow the by the book as much as you don't want to, because you'd be very surprised what could happen when you just stay low and stay patient. So we have by the book number 11, and then I kind of popped up on higher power without even trying, and it's also number 4, which is an angel, a very strong angel number. Okay, so the universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, yada, yada, yada. Okay, relationship message. Getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they've become as a result of their environment, culture, and experience. This is interesting, because this one is just about respecting the universal law. Open your eyes to these universal laws, and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. So very interesting. We have number 4, high power. Conscious contact with the higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. I kid you not. So spirit's like, bitch, you in a relationship with me. We are cuffed together. So this card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. What is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can even know. You're always protected and divinely directed. Ooh, okay. All right, that was juicy. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Shaka, you are number 6. I got you booked in. Okay, Shanice, that was gorgeous. I love you. I appreciate you. I really hope that resonated. Holy moly. Spirit really swooped in and was like, bitch, what? You are in a relationship with me. Getting jealous over here. All right, gorgeous. I love you. I appreciate you. And I am going to move on to the next person, which is KAIYA. All right, so you want 18 plus reading with channeled messages and added oracle. So let's get into it. Let me know what your question is. I know CASHAPP doesn't give you like any room for a caption. So let me know what your 18 plus is. I know Spirit's like, I'm loud. Do you hear me? I'm loud and clear right now. Ooh, I love that. That's a good question. Okay, so KAIYA got 18 plus. She wants to know, why she has frequent dreams of this person, and if they are having dreams about you, then we're going to do some channeled messages. We're going to add some extra oracle as well, so let's get into it. To start, we have the Chariot, Cancerian energy. That tells me, you know, ruled by the moon. That tells me stuff about the night. I'm getting nighttime energy. We have the sun. Okay, Leo ruled by the sun. Interesting. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Magician and the King of Swords. Okay. So, we have a very interesting thing going on here. Okay, and Mark, I didn't. Marilyn, I got you. You are number 7. What is your name on PayPal? Let me look it up. Because there is so much activity on my PayPal with the Gumroad that I could have possibly missed it. Oh, okay, I did get it. All right, you are number 8. All right, you guys, I have 2 spots left for tonight, 2 spots left. Okay, sorry, KAIYA, back to you. Okay, so I definitely feel like this person is dreaming about you too, but we'll talk about why. Because the Chariot energy really, it's like less about the Chariot that I'm getting this card and more getting this card because it's reminding me of that Cancerian moon energy. It's like by the nighttime, they definitely are thinking very heavy on you. I don't know if you guys were a couple at one point or if you guys had a thing, but in whatever, you know, way this was, I definitely feel like this person had feelings for you for sure. Like you made them very happy. Like you're someone that was really a light in their life. You're someone that is really warm to them, and they could still feel that way now, whether it's in a romantic way or whether it was just like they see like it don't matter like what's gone down or what's happened. I just think that she is so just amazing and just so full of love. So I just feel like this person, you know, they think about you often. So there's that start where they think about you often. They think about you heavy at night. And it's one of those kind of telepathic bonds where it's like if they're thinking about you, you're kind of prompted to dream about them. It could even be one of those things where like they're up at night awake, like a little night owl, and you're already snoozing, and so they're thinking on you awake, and then they kind of end up popping up in your dream like you're asleep, or like vice versa. There's very powerful energy when it comes to like telepathically bonding with someone, thinking about them, and then like dreamscape energy. We have the 8 of Wands here, and I do feel like this person feels like they lost you. Like they do feel like, you know, if there was some sort of battle or some sort of competition to win you and to have gained you in some way, they feel like they lost you. They feel like they lost the battle. They didn't show up in the right time at the right place. They do reminisce on losing you, and more so in a sense of like, man, what could have happened if they won you? Because I do think that no matter what went down between y'all, this person looks completely at you and at the situation with the best vibes. Like, they really just think that you're amazing, and you were such a happy part of their life, and they really think that they kind of like didn't show up in a very stable way, and they, you know, have regrets with the chariot energy, but it's more so like they miss the kind of times you had together. I'm also assuming the times were really hot and heavy and flirtatious, like there was like a lot of sex involved. This person really misses that. They really miss like how flirty you guys were together, how comfortable you were together. Maybe even like you were kind of shy and they were kind of dominant, but they kind of like miss that vibe. And I do think this person misses your body. They miss maybe even being in bed with you. They miss kissing you. There's this kind of energy of them missing the more intimate parts of the connection. I think this person wanted to be like stable and dominant and like have a lot of money, and wanted to see themselves in that light, but really clarifying that King of Pentacles, we have the King of Swords, what they really were and how they really showed up was someone who was kind of sleazy, and someone who kind of like was maybe juggling multiple women, or maybe wasn't being very honest, or they were very closed off with their feelings and their emotions. And so it's like they had this fantasy of like what they could have been, what they thought they were trying to be versus like what they really were towards you. And so I think this person they definitely dream about you, and I feel like in their dreams they try to show up as this character, as this King of Pentacles character, as someone who does have you, as someone who did win you, as someone who could have been with you. And so maybe they fantasize about this and it helps them go to sleep, or they fantasize about it and then fall asleep in that way. But I definitely see that the dreams could translate over to you, in which you could have them, because we have that Knight of Pentacles, but specifically in the way it's illustrated in this tarot deck versus other tarot decks, this person's like borderline obsessed. Like they're borderline have been checking up on you. And I'm not saying that this person has practiced magic on you, but I'm saying like unintentionally they kind of have casted their own little spells. Unintentionally, like they have kind of just fantasized and fantasized and fantasized to the point where it's like casted its own little kind of thing. And it's because they're so sexually attracted to you, it's because they're so attracted to you and like invested, it feels like, that they wish they could go back in time and be this hero and be this better person and have you, and what would life be like if they, you know, won or whatever happened. But it seems like by night they want to like think of things in this beautiful light, and by day the reality is that they didn't express themselves to you, they didn't open up properly to you, they weren't always very honest, and it just seems like they might have been juggling someone else, and it just seems like it was this, I don't know, like just kind of with this female in the back, just kind of this weird energy with another woman or a third party of some sort. And I don't even say that often in my readings, but I'm getting that here because I do think this person didn't make the right decisions. Like I feel like maybe they think they should have chose you in some sort of way. And with the Magician here, they wish they had that power, or they wish they had like cultivated that power. I think also the Magician is like a very kinky card, and have that Knight next to the Knight of Wands, it makes me think that this person like still is sexually attracted to you, still wanted to do a few different things in the bedroom that they didn't get to try. In the dreams, he would sometimes boast about his now ex-girlfriend, which was really weird to me. Weird. Okay, so maybe I'm picking up on the ex-girlfriend. But boasting about, that's interesting. That's interesting. When we get into dreams, it's like so hard to interpret them really, like flat out, which is why it's good to like record them, because then you can establish like a pattern, but like decoding dreams is so weird and so difficult. But let me see what else I can get. We have observer. So like I said, I feel like this person's been stalking you. I feel like they've been checking you out. Imagine, I feel like they've been imagining what it could have been, or you know, what they could have done differently, and they even kind of fantasize about it and live in some sort of fantasy with it. We have chopped wood. We have caring connection. So yeah, like I said, at one point, even now, this person still very much cares for you. We have woman holding a coin. They might see you as someone who's like really abundant and doing really well at this point, and they're just like, damn. We have goddess in the moon, and we have attachment. So feeling very attached to you. For sure, goddess in the moon to me tells me that just that moon energy. I feel like maybe you are very intuitive, empathic person, so you're more sensitive and picking up on these dreams as well. They might have these dreams about you. They definitely fantasize about you and daydream, but they might not remember, you know, like what they're actually dreaming about. We have express your love, past life relationship, heart-to-heart conversations. Okay, so with observer, I mean, I definitely feel like this person has been looking at you, and maybe even your new life, and kind of seeing you in it's prompted their kind of imagination about like what they could have done, what they could have been. They have a different perspective now than they did before, which could have been their before perspective could have been really immature. So for the relationship message, we have sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Feelings can get all jumbled up, and often you hear one thing when a person says another. It can be like an echo of unresolved past experience dubbed over your conversation. Take time out before you react. It's likely the other person has no idea how his or her words have affected you. Have faith in and trust that there is a higher ground now, and cultivate curiosity about what you observe in yourself and in others. For me, I feel like this card is more about them and how they are thinking differently than they used to about the connection. We have number 42, chopped wood. Being grounded in everyday experience, humility. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness, so you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning the tree. This is interesting too. Interesting. This is like, these cards right now are Spirit's way of saying to lay low, to keep recording these dreams and try and establish a pattern in the message. Chopped wood is like, just allow things to be what they are right now, and also be the observer of them. We have imagine, turning imagination into manifestation, and which is what I feel like they're doing without even realizing that's what they're doing. Is they're thinking about you so much all the time that they don't even realize what they're doing is kind of trying to manifest you, or at least it's showing up in a way in which you are having very, you know, vivid dreams about them. And I think it's because they're a little attached to you. I think it's because they really care about you. I think it's because they're kind of watching you be this very abundant person. Maybe they're thinking maybe they should express themselves to you now because they didn't before. Maybe they want to have some sort of like conversation and reconcile in some way. So let's figure that out by pulling some channeled messages. So what would your person say to you? I'm going to do your channeled messages. What would this person say to you? Okay. What would this person Star starts. 6 of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. Oof, Lord. We have the Devil. Death. That escalated quickly. 4 of Swords, okay. 4 of Wands. What would this person say? I mean, it's not hard for me to say that, you know, obviously you're one of a kind. Like, obviously I've never met someone like you. You're really original and you're just like the coolest person that I've ever known. And you've remained that way always in my mind. I just think that you're so special. And I feel like you were such a loving person and you feel like home to me. Like you just gave me so much love and so much respect, and I appreciate that. And I fucked up on a possible commitment with you. I really didn't treat you how you deserved, and I understand that now. I should have really built something for us, a foundation. I shouldn't have juggled you around like an option. I should have opened up to you. I should have nurtured you, and instead I just gave into temptation and I cut it off, and I fucked up and I fucked around, and it's really shitty because I did this to someone who you could possibly be a soulmate, like a actual soulmate of mine. Like, I don't think I've ever felt this way about anyone, and I definitely don't think it's a coincidence that we met and that we crossed paths, and the compatibility, like our chemistry is undeniable, and I just had like so many good times with you, and I just didn't treat you right. Like, I didn't give balance to the situation, and I really did have deep feelings for you, and I still do, you know, I still do, and I have a tough time even saying that now because it's like I fucked up. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? And I just hid from them, and I lied about them, and I just, you know, wasn't man enough to give you my love, to show you my love, and now I kind of feel like it's too late, but at the same time I have this pool inside of me that's like pushing me to try and talk to you now. Like, all of a sudden, like, I want to talk to you, and I'm fucking nervous because you could have, like, I mean, it looks like you have a shit ton of options. Like, you're just like this new person, you're doing all these new things and stuff, and like, I don't know if we could really have what I think we could have in my mind, but like, I could see you with someone else, and like, you could be seeing someone else, and I don't know if you have a boyfriend. Like, I don't know, and then at the same time, even if I feel like we could have what I think we could have, I'm broke. Like, I wouldn't really be impressing you with what I am right now, like who I am and what I'm doing. And you're just super overly impressive and sexy and beautiful, and it's like, damn, woman. So it's a lot. Part of me, again, I keep saying, feels pushed and pulled to just take a leap of faith, talk to you, talk this out, maybe have like a conversation, but then I know I'm gonna like get my mind working on how we could expand this and how we could be more. And I don't know if you would even be open to that possibility, but I hope I hadn't hurt you too much or fucked up the situation to the point where you don't think it could be successful, where you're just kind of like guarded towards me, or you reject me completely, totally. I don't know. I don't know if you even want to have love with me. And I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. I just want you to know that I'm aware that I ran away from something that could have been really great, and in the times that we did share together, I had a really fun time, and I'm sorry if I created a kind of third party situation. I'm sorry if I like involved other people, if I made it really dramatic and just hurt you and hurt your feelings and made you feel insecure or less confident or less of a woman than you are because you didn't deserve that. And I look back on those memories and I miss you, and I feel really bad that I did all that. And I wish I made a better choice. I wish I had chosen you, and I wish I had put you on a pedestal and treated you the way that you deserved, because that you deserve the best then and you deserve it now. And I'm having that epiphany, and I realize that now, and you know, I would like to do better and be better, but this is just what it is. So maybe someday we could talk, maybe we could get a drink, maybe we don't, I don't know. But I really hope we could try to work this out and maybe find some balance together. So, yes. That is your channel messages from your person. Holy shit. All right, so Alex, let me know if you booked. And then KAIYA, you can absolutely. You will be the last person, and then we will be all booked after you two. That was gorgeous. I really hope that resonated. So, Jesus. Those channel messages were intense, but like very honest. I feel like this person was being super just like hard on their sleeve, which is really good. All right, so I love ya. Thank you for joining. Let me know if you're gonna book again, and I will get you marked in. But in the meantime, I'm gonna move on to the next person, which is Trina, the gorgeous Trina, who also got an 18 plus and channel messages. Okay. All right, so Trina, here we are. So you are currently friends with benefits with one of your best friends. You used to like him a lot before you met Nico, but he never liked you in that way, or so he says. Lately, things have been feeling a little more than friends with benefits, so I'm just a little confused on how to feel. Your question is, how does Brady feel about you? Does he like me more than a friend? He's a Taurus and you're a Sag. Okay, so let's get into it. How does Brady feel about you? Does he like you as more than a friend? We have the Queen of Swords to start. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Emperor. Woo. We have the Four of Swords in reverse. How does Brady feel about you? All right, Alex, I got you. You are number 9. How does Eight of Cups in reverse? He is definitely scared of you. I mean, I'm gonna say that up front, my Sagittarius. You are gonna scare this Taurus man out of his knickerbockers. Oh my gosh. I mean, you intimidate the shit out of them, like up front, but I'll continue. We need one more card. They are like, if I catch feelings for this chick, I swear to gosh. I swear I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, I mean, they're definitely hiding. We'll talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, KAIYA, I got you as well. You are number 10. The list is closed for tonight, you guys. But don't worry, I will be going live way more frequently than I have been this coming October. Some exciting things are happening, and then I'm going to take kind of a break from going live. So plenty of time to book for readings this month, the rest of this month, and next month. Okay. Queen of Swords to start. This guy is scared of you. He feels like you are in your power. He feels like you're very confident. He feels like you have it under control. And he feels like you don't have feelings for him. It's funny because you might be curious, you might be upfront. Like, I've had so many Sagittarian friends, and you might like think you're being obvious about it, but they don't know. Like, it's still hard to read you. And they're kind of afraid to approach because they feel like you'll reject them. This is so funny. Like, you kind of both feel the same way, and it's like it's like the opposite of how you guys should feel. We have the Emperor. I mean, they're definitely zoning in on you. They're definitely being consumed with thoughts about you. Like, I do think they're thinking about you more, maybe more than they would like. It's definitely like an energy of they're just heavily thinking of you to a point where it's making them uncomfortable, because, you know, for a Taurus man to sit in Aries energy is not their usual MO. They like to, they kind of like to be just, you know, Taurus men. They like to be zen and calm, and I feel like this person is going crazy in their mind. We have the Four of Swords in reverse, so the opposite of playing it cool, or they might still be trying to play it cool, but it's like they're having a hard time in their head. At least to them, they're like, I'm totally not playing it cool. To you, you're like, I have no clue how they feel. They're definitely not walking away from this anytime soon. They're pretty invested. They're pretty passionate about you. They're pretty attracted to you. Not pretty, they're very attracted to you. And they're doing a really good job, which, by the way, takes a lot of energy and strategy. I don't even know how to like express what I'm trying to say. For them to do is bluff and act like they don't care. Because we have the King of Swords clarifying the Emperor. Like, they're trying really hard to be a close lip right now. They're trying really hard to act like calm, cool, collected. Because it starts with you, Queen of Swords. They're trying to be like you. Like, they don't know how you feel. They can't really read you or gauge your feelings. Maybe you're just so casual and cool that they're like, why is she so casual? Why is everything so casual? I'm over here having these like deep ass feels, and I'm over here thinking like a shit ton about her. Like, why is she so casual? Like, is she casual with everybody? Like, like just kind of going crazy. And I feel like it's like you think you're being super obvious, but they think you're just being casual, and they think your casualty is that you're like this with everybody. Or you might be seeing like multiple men. You might just have this shit in the bag. Like, it is simple. This is a party. It's super easy for you. And it's like not. And so they're just kind of going crazy, and they're like, I'm gonna sit here and keep my mouth shut. Like, that's kind of how they're thinking. And then we have the Wheel clarifying the Four of Swords in reverse, and I feel like the cycle within this connection is gonna turn a new leaf. I kind of want to pull like one or two more cards because that's such a cliffhanger. Oh my god, we have the Hierophant. Okay, so they are gonna make a decision that they don't want to be without you. Like, Hierophant is such relationship energy. It also just talks about consistency and loyalty. So they might already be out here being really loyal to you without like there being any labels. And I think this person is gonna come to grips that they don't want to have you in the past. Like, the option is you walk away from them, or you guys like fade apart, or whatever it is. And I think this person is coming to like a term where they're like, I don't want that to be a thing. Like, I don't want us to not be together. Like, I really kind of like her, and I really see this going somewhere. And maybe we don't have a lot of cups energy. Maybe we don't have like a lot of deep feels just yet, but we have something. And it's that this person's very consumed with the thought of you. And I think they're just so busy trying to play it cool that they don't, you know, I'm not picking up on like too much. We have soulmate here. It could also be like, now that you have done this, and this is your best friend, you say, there's no going backwards. Like, they don't want to lose you, especially because it's like, then you guys won't have that friendship. So it's a very interesting kind of like dilemma. You guys kind of could have had like multiple incarnations where you were like, you know, doing this. Because we have past life relationship, we have true love, and we have soulmate. So it's like you could have like been out here in multiple lifetimes doing this with each other. And so there might be like this intensity that's seemingly feels like it's from nowhere, but it could have like its own sort of karmic pattern. Yeah, we have the fates and we have serendipity. Interesting. This is definitely not a coincidence. Okay, let's read serendipity. All right, so Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit wants to bring into your life or has already. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. Okay, and then we have 17, 18, so they're right next to each other in the book. We have fates. Other people are who they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are, not try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of Spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you can honor yourself, Spirit, and the other person. Love unconditionally for each of us is on our own journey, etc., etc. So this is kind of like a fated meeting between you two. And with that means that there is going to be more to the situation that will unfold. But I think like where we're hitting this reading is like right now, it's just sort of peeling back those layers. This person is just sort of realizing that they're like very consumed with thoughts of you and this connection. So this is going to be very interesting to watch it unfold, but it's definitely not a coincidence. And there is definitely something here, and they definitely have feels for you. All right, Trina, I love you. Let's do some channeled messages. So what would this person say to you? What would they say to you? They would like to not say anything. Four of Swords. They would like to remain silent during this channeled message session. We have the Wheel, the World, Strength in reverse, the Tower, the Eight of Cups. The Devil, wow. And I say wow because like look at all the different conflicting major arcana. Okay. The Hierophant. What would this person say to you? Nine of Swords. I'd rather have you tell me. Okay, so what would this person say to you? You know, for someone that talks a lot, like you talk all the time, you don't say much about like anything. It's really hard for me to figure you out. I mean, you definitely are a mystery. And I don't know. I feel good about where we're at. Like, I'm trying to just kind of go with it and be casual, but I could feel this connection even when I'm not trying to. Like, I'll be like randomly doing errands or something, and I can feel like myself thinking about you again. And it, you know, scares me on one hand, but on the other hand, it gets me excited because I definitely feel like I could turn over a new leaf with you. And I feel like where we could go in the future could be something really magical because, you know, you are my best friend. We do have this foundation that maybe gives us stability that otherwise we wouldn't have, but at the same time, I'm kind of scared of who I am in a relationship. Like, I feel like I can get very jealous and very possessive and not want you to be with anyone else. And because you're so casual and you're like all over the place, I'm scared of that. I feel like to pin you down is something that wouldn't be right to you. And maybe this is just my thought, and I'm having a tough time even expressing them, but it's like, I feel like, how could I like be in a relationship with someone who thrives on their freedom, you know? And I'm the opposite. Like, I want to lock you down. I want to be only with you. And I feel like I would annoy you or hurt you in some way, and I don't want you to feel that way. You are my absolute best friend, and I think you're a queen, and I think you're so special and so worth commitment. But if you see my hesitation, it's not because I don't think it can happen. It's because I don't know if that's what you need or what you want. And, you know, I could be wrong, but you're just this very like passionate, full of life person. And I also don't want to get hurt. I also don't want to get my heart broken. I don't want to get rejected by you, or one day you pick up and move on and you're over it, or you're out flirting with someone else. And I'm not saying that you're like a hoe or you like do that, but it's just that's what I know about myself in a relationship, is that I want it on lock and I want it to be successful for the long term. And that's why I'm trying to keep things casual right now. That's why I'm trying to keep a close-lipped. It's not because I am like wanting to reject you, or I don't see the bigger picture here, I don't see that we could be together. It's that it's none of that. You make me really happy. It's that I'm just scared, you know? I'm scared that I'm gonna be the one that gets hurt here, and I'm gonna be the one that invests a lot into this, and you're gonna get bored, or I'm not gonna be exciting enough in the bedroom or in life, or come up with the best date ideas. I don't know, you know, like, that's just how I think. And I think ultimately I'm just scared of you like moving on, and maybe like I'm afraid of being cheated on. And again, I'm not saying that you are a cheater or you have that history, but it's just like, those are my fears for any relationship and why I don't want to go down that road. But, you know, with you, I really think that you are so sweet, and I really see you more than maybe you know. You're a very special person, very special girl, and I really feel like you're my soulmate, and I really feel like we could move towards something really beautiful. But that is to be determined. So, yeah. All right, love. So that was your channel messages from your person. Whew. That was like trying to sort through a Taurian's brain. Very difficult. Okay, So, Trina, I love you. I appreciate you. I really hope that resonated. I'm going to move on to the next person, which is Shaka, but give me 1 second. I'm going to use the restroom really quickly. So you have a regular deck pool, and we will be doing you in 1 moment. All right, so let's get to you. Mckenzie, you are number 11. I am booked, you guys. I booked at number 10, but I'll do you for number 11, Mckenzie. But the list is closed for tonight, you guys. So that is going to be the last one. If you book after the list is closed, I will have to put you on a pre-booking list for the next live, which I'm assuming is going to be this Friday. But let's move on to Shaka. What is your crush, Anthony's, current feeling towards you? You got a regular deck pool. You have the King of Pentacles. Queen of Swords, 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 2 of Cups. Oh, we have the 9 of Pentacles. It's really positive. Jackson, why are you so weird? We have the 8 of Pentacles, and we have Strength. Okay, so with the King of Pentacles to start, what is your crush's Anthony's current feelings towards you? So I feel like they're really vibing with you, and they're really kind of seeing what could grow here. I feel like they see you as someone who is very witty, someone who is very comfortable, someone who's very smart and sharp, which I guess is like witty, but they're really enjoying, you know, getting to know you. And I think to the point where they've really already started to develop some pretty deep feelings for you. I think they're trying, you know, typical King of Pentacles, they're trying to play it cool because they're strategic and they're trying to be patient and they're trying to take it slow, or at least like on paper, they're like, we should take it slow, but like in their head, they're already fantasizing about like what this could be. They're like, this is future wifey, this is like mother of my kids type energy, and they're already going there. And I think like, you know, on the surface, it just comes out as them being very content, very happy with the connection. I think this person wants to court you, or I'm just hearing, I don't know why and how it fits into this reading, but I'm hearing the word genuine and I'm hearing the word authentic, and I feel like maybe they think you're very genuine, authentic, or maybe they're trying to approach this in a very genuine and authentic way. Like they want to court you, they want to take you out on dates, they want to do things like the proper way. Even though in their fantasy and in their head, they're already like deep feels like this is wifey. You know, to them, it could be like an old romantic and maybe it was like love at first sight, but like, even though it was love at first sight, they still have to like go about this the right ways. And I think they're just trying to establish that connection with you and just kind of see where that stability is. And I think also they want to work to gain your trust and affection. They see you as someone who is very strong-willed and very strong-minded, and I think that they really enjoy your power. It's not something that they want to take away. It's something that they kind of want to step aside and watch and help that flourish, which is really nice. This guy kind of strikes me as like a man that was raised around a lot of women. Like maybe he has a lot of sisters or aunties or, you know, his mom and things like that. But this kind of gives me the vibe of a guy that has like the influence of a lot of different women in his life, because he is really like looking at you as like a strong, independent woman, and like how he really admires that. And, you know, lots of men are very intimidated by that, I guess, for whatever reason. So let's see what the Oracle says. We have peace. Yeah, there's that Nine of Cups. There's that sense of peace, that this is like the right feeling, that this is, you're the right person for them. Ooh, we have soulmates. Ooh. We have happy. I love that card. It's just like happy. And we have observer. So they're kind of like observing you. They're kind of observing the connection. And they're trying really hard to just, you know, be at peace with the process. I think they're very giddy with excitement. They're very happy like where this is going. I think they're already kind of looking at you like you're a future soulmate of theirs. And like, I think that they might have, this is like energy of someone who might have waited for this for a long time. So maybe it doesn't seem like it because like you're meeting them and this is progressing this way, but maybe they've met a lot of duds or they've had a lot of bad luck. So they're just really excited. They're like, you know, telling their friends on the first date that they met their soulmate. Their friends are like, okay. So happy is, there are moments in a relationship when you just feel good about who you're with and you know that your heart is wide open to befriend, to love, and to care for another without wanting anything in return. This is the kind of happy that you just want to share. The appearance of this card in a reading tells you that joy and contentment are here now, which is that beautiful peace card, and the Nine of Cups here. Not somewhere else or off in the future. The grass is greenest right where you stand. Be grateful and delight in your relationship, and if you're seeking one, be happy. Happiness attracts more of it, like bees to honey. And then with soulmates, you know, there is a potential that this could be kind of like a soulmate connection or a very fated connection, like you guys were definitely supposed to cross paths, but it just talks about harmony and friendship and love and companionship in a relationship. So that is really gorgeous. Thank you so much for joining me here on the live. I really hope that resonated. And I hope to see you again soon. But oh my God, congratulations, because this person seems like a really good one. Seems like a winner. All right, so I'm gonna move on to the next person, which is Marilyn. Okay, Marilyn, you got an 18 plus. Let me know what your question is. All right, 18 plus deck. Marilyn. Alex, I got you. Yeah, you are number 9. Yes, Mckenzie, you're number 11. And then we are closed for tonight, you guys, so no more bookings. And if you guys book after me being closed, I'll put you on a pre-booking list for this Friday. But no more bookings for tonight, you guys. We are stopping at Mckenzie. Okay, so Marilyn, why can't I seem to get Taurus boy out of your head? Taurus boy, I love that. He lives here rent free. I want to know if he has any emotional feelings towards me. What does he think of you? Okay. You know what lives rent free in my brain is Chick-fil-A lemonade. It's ridiculous. Okay, why can't I seem to get Taurus boy out of your head? He lives there rent free. I want to know if he has any emotional feelings. So were you guys like an item? Or are you guys no longer together? Like separation, no contact? Does he have any emotional feelings towards you? What does he think of you? We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have the Empress. We have the Tower in reverse. We have the Three of Cups. Okay. I was like, FWB, I'm getting old. What does that mean? Friends with benefits. We have the Queen of Wands. 5 of Wands. Yeah, that worked out for you great, babe. Now look at you. We have the Devil in reverse and the 4 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Does he have emotional feelings towards you? What does he think of you? I definitely see a cutoff of communication with that Queen of Swords in reverse. And because it's in reverse and we have the Queen of Wands clarifying, to me, it makes me feel like this person misses talking to you, actually. That you had something to talk about, or something about your conversations were really hilarious, or like something about it. Maybe it was like every time you guys talked, you ended up meeting up and, you know, fucking or whatever it is, but it was like, it always led to something exciting. And So they definitely miss talking to you for sure, and I feel like the no contact thing is kind of hard. They do reminisce about you. They definitely think about you as well. So I think that you're thinking about them because they're thinking about you. It's definitely mutual here. With the Empress, you could even be, I mean, when I first pulled the Empress in this reading, like my initial thought process was that you were like thinking about them because you're in an attracting energy right now. So you're attracting like good things and just random things in general, such as like thoughts about them, because you're just kind of sitting in this energy where you're like, it's like initially when I pulled the card, what I was thinking is Queen of Swords in reverse gives you the like, don't talk to me bitch type of energy, but you have that in a reversal, which means that you are very open to like any kind of download or telepathic connection. So I feel like, you know, the reason you're thinking about them or getting so many thoughts about them rent-free is because you've been in a very feminine attracting energy, and so you're more susceptible to these downloads. And I feel like rather than you being in a Queen of Swords more dominant energy and being like fuck this, fuck that, and blocking it out, you're just kind of susceptible and very empathic to it. So it's almost natural for you to think about them because they're thinking about you. Very simple thing that I'm trying to say and make super complicated. And then we have the Tower in reverse, and it's like this person could be going through an awakening right now, and they could be having like epiphanies about you in this connection. Tower in reverse is not a negative card. It's actually really positive. And I think in this reading, it kind of represents that this person is having an epiphany about what this connection could have been or what it was. Like maybe for what it was, they're like, this was really fun time. You're really sexy, really hot. They were very attracted to you. Maybe they started to catch feelings, or they started to get very jealous and possessive of you, and maybe they never revealed this to you. Maybe it was just like the thought of you being with another man, or the thought of you fucking someone else, being with someone else, really kind of like hurt them. So it's almost like they quit before they could really get hurt, or they didn't want to like fuck around because they were afraid that you would be with other people, or it really bothered them that you could be with other people. And then with the Devil in reverse here, you know, maybe at one point this was kind of like a connection that triggered them, or it was a connection that kind of made way to temptation, like it was borderline toxic for them to engage in it, or for you to both engage in it, because there was so much sexual attraction here and there was no commitment at all. It was kind of like, it was either you guys were going to end up in flames or you were going to end up hurt. And so it was like there had to be this separation of sorts, whether it was divine, whether it was them on purpose, whether it was initiated by you. It just seems like with the Devil in reverse, you guys kind of like actually swerved like a big wrecking ball type situation. Like it could have been really bad and really kind of getting to the point of like addiction. And there was this separation, and it seemed to have been, this is so complicated, it's actually very like, it's layered with depth. It seemed to have been prompted by the fact that they couldn't cope with you being with someone else in their head. Like maybe they never revealed that to you, but that's what they were thinking. It was like they wanted to reject you or to get out of this before they got hurt or they were rejected. Like they were trying to always be the dominant one. They were trying to like be dominant in how they like kind of ended this or how it got executed. But with the Devil in reverse, and then clarifying the Tower in reverse, I do feel like things could have gotten very toxic and codependent if it kept on going. And so now I think this person, you know, how they feel about you is they think about you in this really great light. You're super attractive. You definitely knew how to like turn them on. You knew how to tease them. You're really sexy. You knew what you were doing in the bedroom. All really confident. They saw you really confident. All of these things, they miss talking to you, but they also are kind of looking back on the situation, having this epiphany, like, damn, like, you know, we really were immature, or we really handled things like really badly, and it could have been done better. At the same time, like, how could it have done better? So it's kind of just like them running through their thoughts about the connection, and you might be picking up on that, you know, because you're very empathic and intuitive. Let me pull some oracle for you. Yeah, we have serendipity, so it's not a coincidence, and we have deep knowing, so definitely not a coincidence that you're thinking about them. We have let go of control issues, romantic feelings. They definitely have romantic feelings for you. They are seeing you as someone who is very lovable, who always was lovable, and there could be a possible reconciliation between you two at some point in time. You know, and maybe that's initiated. It has to start with this prompt. It has to start with the thoughts and the questions and like, what do they think about me? And then the energy transforms and regenerates. So, you know, there is a possibility for reconciliation here as well, or maybe that's like kind of what they're thinking about. All right, love, so I love you, I appreciate you, I really hope that resonated. Thank you so much for joining me here. It was awesome to see you. I hope to see you again. But yeah, you got this boy going crazy, which literally like 7 for 7 so far. I feel like all my ladies tonight. Okay, next question. So I'm gonna move on to the next person, which is Mark, aka Danny. And he got a regular deck pool, wants to know okay, so reading of next life, of being reincarnated into a Star Wars universe as a dark Jedi, mercenary, and bounty hunter with emphasis on career and some love and life in general in next life. Okay. This is very interesting because I'm super into, you know, like secret space programs, and I think there is people, you know, civilizations that we don't know about. I'll just say that. And so it's possible, like it's very possible in your next incarnation you could reincarnate into a sort of bounty hunter, Jedi, you know, working amongst the forces of light fighting evil. Let's look into it. I mean, I would love to be a part of that. Okay, we have the 6 of Cups to start. We have the 4. What, Jackson? We have the 4 of Swords in reverse. We have the High Priestess. Wow, cards are jumping. We have the Moon. We have the 8 of Swords. Yeah, I mean, it's quite possible that you're a starseed as well, so it could be like a first few human incarnation here on Earth, could be like a little first, or it could be like first few. And so there's this kind of feeling of like, what's out there, what's in the stars, like I feel like I don't belong here, and that's really a natural thing to feel. I'm always super curious. I mean, me and Paulus, like, we just are obsessed with space, and we've seen it all. Like, we've run out of documentaries and shit to watch, I swear to God. Like, we're waiting for something new to pop up because we've seen it all like a million times. but like we are so interested in just what's beyond like what we can see here. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. I'm gonna do my best to answer this question because there's a lot of depth here. So next life of being reincarnated in like a Star Wars universe as a dark Jedi mercenary and bounty hunter with emphasis on career and some love and life in general. Okay. Okay. I'm going to pull Oracle before I start speaking on the tarot. Okay, we have attachment. Angel of Strength. Throat chakra. And third eye chakra. We have peace. Go to distance. Okay. So I feel like in your next life, I don't know if you're so much going to be a fighter, bounty hunter, assassin type as you are going to be more of like a warlock type. Now, this is going to be someone that has multidimensional and very sentient powers with the High Priestess here. And the Six of Cups, because there's something greater that you're serving, and this could be a soul kind of akashic karmic tie, like you have a bigger mission than to just choose whatever career you want. Like there is a bigger, deeper dual meaning to your life purpose. But I feel like big part of it is giving to others or helping others. And I feel like with the High Priestess energy, there is this kind of, and the Moon energy, there's this kind of like vibe that you're gonna be dabbling in magic or something to do with experimental powers, whether that be like you actually generating technology from that, or whether that be you harnessing something that maybe we don't have here on Earth. Maybe you have like extra senses, or you have this ability to do a lot more, whether it's telecommunication, maybe you don't even have a physical body and you're risen to like the 8th dimension, and you are just kind of like a spirit that can speak on multi-dimensional levels. It gets very complex once you get outside of the plain old 3-dimensional reality of Earth. And I definitely feel like you will be dabbling in a lot of those complexities. With the Moon, I think that we could take that literally. You could be living on a civilization on the dark side of the Moon, or you could be living on a planet that has 2 moons. I don't know why I said that, but I said it. So there would be this nice big view of like 2 moons, which is really weird. I don't know why I said that. We have the 8 of Swords here, and I feel like on one hand, there will be maybe even a conflict, because maybe even in this incarnation, this reincarnation, you might not necessarily want to always like help other people, or you're like, why do I have to give to the greater good? Why can't I be a Jedi? And so there is going to be this kind of conflict in that you want to be this like badass kind of mercenary, and that is all beautiful and stuff, or fine and dandy I should say, but there is like a soul tie to serving, I don't know who at this point, like the universe, spirit, yourself, whatever it is, that is going to push you to do something better and bigger. Now, instantly, I'm really drawn to technology, and I feel like you might be starting some sort of technology or creating technology that helps root in some sort of foundation for a civilization. Now, let's say it's like, for example, you create 3D printing for food, and you take that kind of technology to a planet or civilization that might be not as developed, and you help them 3D print their food. And the reason that they need to do that is because they don't have as much resource. Like, it's not Earth, they don't just like have seasons and can harvest and like all of these things. So it could be very interesting, you know, the kind of mission that you find yourself on. But I do think it would be dabbling with some sort of technology, and also kind of part and parcel to having some sort of powers that you might develop through your own psychic inclination. And I do think that you will be in a very happy relationship or marriage, even with the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like this represents you having a mate, and maybe you meet this mate in this life, or maybe you meet this mate in a next life. It really depends. But this is more of like a marriage mate. I mean, everyone has multiple soulmates in a lifetime. And I definitely see this person being someone that might be someone you meet here now, and if not, definitely worth waiting for, because they are someone that has been on a higher dimensional frequency. Maybe you can even try tapping into them now here on Earth, but would have been much longed for and waited for you. And so I do think that this is like a very sentient connection. This is something that you guys will kind of have on lock. Now, with attachment, I feel like you have this attachment to the stars, to the moon, to kind of the things that are like outside of your scope. And there's a reason for that. And Spirit is saying, absolutely explore this, go the distance, you know, express yourself, open up your third eye, try and get all the downloads that you can about this, because it is something that might come as a pleasant surprise to you, that is actually very fascinating and that you're actually very connected to. So that is what I am seeing for you. I really hope that resonated. That was very interesting. It was like a little hard to channel because I felt like I was leaving my physical body, if that makes sense, in kind of a weird way. It's interesting. I would love to like tap into this more with you. So thank you so much for joining and for asking this question, because this is like, I'm kind of honored to do it. Super cool and very fascinating to me. But I really hope that resonated. I love you. Thank you so much for being here once again. And I am going to move on to the next person, which is Alex Gator. Okay. What, Jackson? You're so concerned. What's mom doing? Okay. So Alex got an 18 plus. So what is your future with Travis, and how does he feel about you? What is your future with Travis, and how does he feel about you? We have the Knight of Wands, the Emperor. We have the King of Swords, the Lovers, we have the Four of Swords. What is his future with Travis? How does he feel about it? We have the Four of Wands. We have the Nine of Cups and the Six of Wands. Okay. What is your future with Travis? How does he feel about you? He's definitely very passionate about you and this connection. I definitely feel like they are enjoying, you know, where you guys are going right now, and maybe even more so wanting to move forward in this direction, because the Nine of Wands is all about like being very passionate, being very flirtatious, you know, catching feels, wanting to move forward. We have the Emperor here. I definitely think that they have tunnel vision for you right now. They're definitely locked up on you. They're thinking about you quite a bit. The Emperor is someone, once they get their mindset on something, like, they have to have it. And I feel like this person's definitely looking at you as someone that they're like, they have to have. Of course, this is not something that they are expressing to you. This is something that I feel like they are keeping a close lip about. This is someone who is not even the, you know, they're not very good at expressing themselves in general to begin with. But I think even more so, they're trying really hard to play it cool. I think that this person is seeing you as like, you guys are really best friends. You're very compatible. It's kind of this energy of feeling like you are very familiar to them in a very kind of homey way, or they're feeling very comfortable with you. Like, they could tell you anything. They could be really good friends with you. There's a really good opportunity that can come out of this. I think that they're kind of nervous about sharing their feelings. Maybe they haven't had very good luck with expressing themselves, or maybe they know themselves as someone who has not always been good at expressing themselves. But, you know, one thing is for sure, and they're definitely certain about how they feel. So maybe like in their thoughts, they have a lot of like issues and conflictions with like their feelings and their emotions. But plain and simple, how they feel for you is that they really adore you. They really feel like you guys met each other on purpose. Like, there is a reason that you met. They think there's a deeper meaning here. Whether they're thinking of you as their soulmate or not, they're definitely thinking it's no coincidence that you guys have kind of forged a connection that you know, have. Again, with the like feeling intimate, feeling like they can talk to you about anything with that Nine of Cups. I feel like that kind of represents them wanting to open up to you in more ways than they usually do with people. This is someone who seems to be kind of like emotionally stumped, or this is someone that doesn't usually like, they could be like very manly or like very masculine, or they're not someone who's like, this is how my day was and blah blah blah, and they don't necessarily like talk in that way. But with you, they feel like at home. They feel like you're their best friend. They feel like they can. With the Six of Wands, they also are really, you know, loving that booty. I think they're loving like the flirtatiousness and the connection as well. They might like try to slap your butt sometimes. This person's very attracted to you. They're very attracted to your booty. They're very attracted to your body. They like playing around with you. They might even like grabbing your titties, putting their fingers in your mouth. This person's like really crazy actually, and silly, like especially in the bedroom. There's like a element of playfulness here as well that they're really enjoying. We have calling in your soulmate, and we have express your love. So yeah, I do feel like this person wants to express themselves a little more to you than they usually do. And we have heart-to-heart conversations. Maybe it could be that they want to like have a heart-to-heart or have this like conversation, and it's them expressing themselves finally. We have deep knowing. So you might have this deep knowing already, or it could just be representative of the fact that this person has a deep knowing that you guys are meant to be together, that, you know, you are soulmate on some sort of level. There's a reason that you met, and maybe this person isn't usually inclined to think like that, but they're thinking like that about you for sure. And we have loyal heart here. So this person, maybe without labels yet, without all of that into fruition, maybe you guys aren't like official, they're already kind of acting like you guys are. They're already very loyal to you already. They're kind of only talking to you, and they're only very interested in you with that Emperor. They have, again, that tunnel vision for you. So this is really gorgeous. All right, Alex, it was so good to see you and hear from you again. Thank you so much for joining the live and being here. I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you again soon. All right, you guys, so the live is closed. If you guys want to pre-book for Friday, you can. All the information's in the description box below, and I will put you on a pre-booking list for Friday, but I am closed for tonight. I'm completely worn out, and I'm gonna have to close up shop. So if you want to book for Friday, feel free to. I'd love to have you there. But for tonight, we are done. So, all right, KAIYA. So you are next. Let me know what your question is. You on 18 plus? You're so welcome, Alex. I love you. Okay, so the person you just had a reading on, we're in the same friend group. We see each other every once in a while, but he's away at school right now, and he's always ghosting you. He says it's not on purpose, but he does it so much it makes you think that he doesn't care. So my question is, should I just give up on the connection with this person? Okay. Should you just give up on the connection with this person? We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles. Two of Cups. We have the Wheel. We have the Two of Swords. Three of Wands. Okay. So should you just give up on this? I know, right? It was so hard to get them out. Okay, should you just give up on this person? Fuck, I mean, shit, this is conflicting. It's like, on one hand, obviously, never do something that makes you feel like unloved and like, I personally hate when my husband doesn't even give me a second of attention. So it's like, if you're not getting that attention, like, screw that, you know? So it's like, on one hand, there's this indecision because it's like, hello, hi, like, I'm a person, like, don't ghost me, and then, like, tell me, oh, it's not on purpose, like, you know, no one wants to deal with that. But it's like, on the other hand, I'm totally seeing what you're going through, because there's this, like, spirit is over here chiming in, like, oh, but wait, there's more, like, with the Three of Pentacles, like, you guys at least should be friends right now, or try and cultivate this kind of harmonious connection. And it seems like their underlying intention at the end of the day is Two of Cups, like, they fantasize about, is that enough? Is fantasy enough? It might not even be fantasy. Two Cups, like, energy is about their feels, like, they definitely would love in a perfect world to date you, like, if they weren't away at school. And I think maybe they're waiting for some cycle to turn over. I don't know if this cycle represents a break. I don't know if it means, like, winter break. I don't know what it is supposed to mean. But then there's this, oh my gosh. Then there's this confliction, because it's like, the world is your oyster and you should go out and pursue whatever it is you want to pursue. But then you are always pulled back to this person, and so are they. They're always pulled back to you with the Six of Cups energy. It is so... And deep knowing coming in here, Spirit, with the condescendingness. Serendipity, oh my gosh. Observer. By the book. Spirit did not. Spirit really being sarcastic up in here. So it's like, okay. Oh my god. You know, this is so karmic. Like, there's gotta be a deeper soul contract here than I can even make out. Because this happens to some people. I've known, like, a select few other people who've had a connection like this. And it's like, I've pulled cards for them, and it's like, Spirit doesn't want them to give up on it. And I'm like, why? And they're like, why? And it's like, not with ill intent. It's not a bad thing. It's just like, there is some sort of bigger soul thing here. Okay, so let me get over myself. So we have... By the book, which we know is about the universal structure and law and order and how things are supposed to divinely play out the way that they play out. Then we have serendipity, which is about no coincidences. It's about things happening, you know, as they should, which is appropriate to come out with by the book oracle card. This is opportunity aligned with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, and magical alignment events. And then we have that Wheel of Fortune. So there's supposed to be a shift here. In the meantime, while this shift is generating, it seems like you're supposed to, like, take a back seat as this third party observer, as if you're not involved in this situation for 2 years. And so we have observer here, and I'm going to try and see what it means in a relationship sense. Okay. It's almost like, yeah, just have perspective, neutral observation from a distance. What? Okay, and then we have deep knowing. So it's like having this neutral observation combined with the deep knowingness. So taking, like, a chill stance allowing things to flow energetically. Deep knowing, your intuition, listening to the oracle within, hypersensitivity. There are occasions when you just know deep in your heart and soul that a person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Someone crosses your path and suddenly, out of the blue, you're connected at a level impossible to describe. That feeling marks a moment in time etched indelibly into your soul. Someone has entered your life who will be instrumental in your journey, so pay attention, observer. But we're reading deep knowing. Two hearts are calling to each other to begin an alchemical process. This is also a sign that your intuition about the person you care about is correct. Trust your heart to lead you now. Magic is about to happen. Something is supposed to freaking happen. There's been this distance. There's been this separation. You guys have gone through the cycles. You know what it feels like to have this pain kind of without each other and then in spite of each other. And it's like the best bet is for you guys to come together with Chariot into some sort of harmony. And then we have Milk and Honey, which is sensuality, connection, a passionate romance between lovers, sweet moments of understanding. Abundance is an energy that you're a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Spirit wants you to watch them and wait for them. I think Spirit just wants you to take a neutral stance, do you, and kind of do you in the biggest way possible, and really honor yourself and love yourself. And watch this shift sort of happen. Because it seems like, I don't know, it seems like you came to me at the right moment in time. Like it seems like something is supposed to happen quite soon. And especially if this has been going on for so long, it just seems like sometimes I feel like people get readings unconsciously or subconsciously at the perfect time, and they're asking the perfect questions because it's like supposed to push them into a direction that makes them think differently. So this could just be sort of that kind of like moment for you right now. But you know, only time will tell, as you know. But in the meantime, definitely don't like wait for them. Like entertain other people if you meet them, do you. But know that there could be a shift with them kind of reconciling or coming back. 11:11 as I say that. All right. I love you. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really hope that resonated. Hi, cutie. Come here. Come here. I don't want your butt. Turn around. Give me your face. Give me a kiss. Okay. Good. Can you talk? Oh, thanks. So sweet. So cute. Okay. All right. This is who I'm talking to, by the way. Hello. Give me the paw. Give me the paw. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Yes. Such a sweetie. Okay, excellent. Okay, so last but certainly not least, we're going to move on to Mckenzie, who got in 18 plus and channeled messages. And I am done for tonight. If you guys wanted to book for the next live on Friday, you can get on a pre-booking list. All that information is in the description box below. Jackson, you just love Daddy. You just can't leave him alone, can you? Oh, you're making someone pay attention to me. Please. Okay, so Mckenzie, it is a new thing. You're interested in this guy you work with named Matt. You're wondering if you're imagining that he may like you a little. You're not sure, just kind of want to know what he really thinks of you and if there's any chance of something happening. All right, let's get into it. so to start we have Temperance. Why are we blurry though? Okay, that's better. Oh, you brought your rope. Okay. We have Judgment. We have Strength. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Hanged Man in reverse. We have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Cups in reverse. And the Eight of Wands.